I remember I remember the time I first saw God, or I first communicated with God. I was in hospital in Monash, and I'd really given up hope. I didn't think anything was going to help me. There was a lovely lady in there who's suffering insomnia, and she couldn't ever get a decent night's sleep, like even sleep. It was terrible. She was just chronically suffering, but she still had a smile on her face. And I was out in the yard one day, in the central courtyard. I think we were having lunch, like buffalo steak or something. And I remember just singing to myself, I was so upset, so sad, but I was still just myself, which is usually resilient, quiet, resolute, just going along with everything. And I bought a packet of cigarettes just to have in there while I was sitting around, just have a smoke or whatever in the courtyard. It's funny, the only time I ever smoked was in the hospital. And I looked up above me, and I was just sort of, I suppose a prayer was coming out of me for help, to help me, help me. I didn't want anyone else to see. I just looked up, and I saw my face in the sort of the sky, looking down, and was saying, "Don't worry, you'll be all right. You're gonna be okay." He kept saying, He was just smiling down, it's kind of like in the clouds, but almost like a light shining down on me, and just saying, "Don't worry, you're gonna be okay." And I felt all right after that. I felt I believed in God or faith or something after that. And later I realised what God sort of is the unknown. It's the until you actually become a God, I guess you don't know what God is. You're just a human being surrounded by this energy. And God's like this higher power out there. It's sort of connected to yourself and to everything. And that was what was shining down from above, sort of from heaven or whatever's up there, sort of saying, "Don't worry, you'll be all right," And it got me through that period. Seeing that face in the sky, it was like, I knew it was my own face, but it was sort of like the face of God looking down on me. And people say God's a bad word, but to me it's such a lovely thing, to feel that interconnectedness with everything out there, and they do have this thing looking after you, like an angel over your head or your shoulder, sort of when you really need him. That's what it is, And for women, it's like their own self. It's a woman sort of looking down. God's a woman for women. There might be people out there with a very feminine personality that have a female sort of feeling above them, or a gender neutral sort of feeling, or whatever they believe their God is, or it might be a bird spirit, it might be something looking after them out there, above them. Anyway, I just wanted to tell that story of what happened in the hospital, and how after that I just kept sort of growing as a person beyond that, and believing in myself. And it's just a nice feeling.